Hello again, everyone. For this video for the Witchy weekend, I'm going to talk a little bit about child protection spells. There are many different forms. This particular one is with a poppet, or also known as like voodoo dolls. But a poppet is a great way to do protection. And a lot of times we can include different items and stuff that make them stronger. You can do them without adding personal items, such as what the spell is going to be called for, but you have to do a lot of energy work, which is in the video before this one. So, for the simple way to do this, we're going to talk about including personal items and stuff like that. Whether be it witches or mundanes, all parents and other loved ones know that protecting a child from harm and guarding its physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual health is the first priority in being a part of the child's life. This is a simple protection poppet and spell, which anyone can create to protect the child or children in their lives. Poppets are forms of sympathetic magic and very useful as spells in their own right. First, you gather white cotton or linen cloth and white thread. Using a freehand style or a human or baby shaped cookie cutter, if you are not talented at drawing freehand like me, then lightly trace out two matching sides for the protection poppet. Gingerbread men cookie cutters work amazing for this. You cut them out carefully and stitch the two sides together with the sewing machine or by hand, leaving the head portion of the poppet open for stuffing. You will carefully turn the poppet inside out if you choose to add runes, symbols, sigils, or personalized motif or design to differentiate the poppet from others that you may be preparing. Now would be the time to do this. When finished personalizing it to your satisfaction, you will set it aside. Now, if you have the child with you, for instance, you're just making them for your children to have them on hand in case something would happen with the child, then you can have them add some pictures or draw on it or something to add some of their energy to it as well. But if you're doing this for a child that has been kidnapped or lost in any way, then of course you can't have them assist with the actual making part, unfortunately. For the filling of the poppet, you will want to gather caraway seeds, which have protection as one of their many uses, clippings of the child's fingernails and toenails, and a few snippets of the child's hair. If the child is old enough to have lost a tooth, you can include the tooth as well to strengthen the bond between the poppet and the child. Carefully add the filling to the doll, making certain that you get the child's personal items into the bag first, and afterward filling it the rest of the way with the seeds. It does not have to be stuffed full of seeds. Just add enough seeds to give the puppet a fully human shape and still allow you to stitch the top of the head closed easily. When the puppet is complete and you are ready to place it, take it into the child's room and with these words, hide it inside the crib or bed where it cannot be seen or reached. I hide you in my or this child's bed. I place you here by stealth. Guard my or this child from toe to head and keep him or her in good health. Remember that as the child outgrows one bed and moves to another, you will need to either transfer the original Poppit, or if you have sewn it into the bed, you will need to divorce the original Poppit and its contents from the child and then create a new Poppit. Though it is not necessary to add layers to the strength of the spell, you may choose to anoint it with a protection spell oil. Write the spell on parchment and include it inside the Poppit, adding sigils, runes, the child's name, etc. to the parchment, allowing it to lie in a magically charged space or an altar, surrounded by colored candles and stones or crystals. To impart specific protections may further enhance the protection it provides. Now, I have went over this because for the next week, I'm going to be covering the topic of human trafficking again, and it's going to include things with like CPS and different places that children can come up missing from being lost in the system or the aftermath of being in the system specifically, but it's going to be all related to children. So that's why I have chose to go ahead and do the protection spells, the rituals, and anything that's based around children for this section of the Witchy Weekend series. Blessed be.